We're surrounded by risks, and we're also surrounded by hazards. So what's the difference? Very simply, a hazard is any item that has the potential to cause harm, whereas a risk issue is the actual harm that that hazard could cause. For example, in this picture, we're looking at a pure hazard. It's a tiger, showing us its very capable looking teeth. But since there aren't any people in the picture, there really isn't any risk, apart from maybe a risk of harm to the other tiger. In this picture, we're looking at a serious risk issue, where this small girl is placing herself at risk of being eaten alive. And then in this picture, what's happened to the hazard and the risk? The hazard remains exactly the same. It's still a very dangerous tiger. The risk still exists, but it's been drastically reduced by the use of a single control measure, a glass barrier. In this case, the barrier is likely to be almost 100% effective, so the general public can view the tiger without even really considering the risk. Most risk situations aren't as simple as this, but having a clear understanding of the difference between a hazard and the risks that arise from that hazard will help you to evaluate the risks and also to decide on what you might need to do to control those risks. So when you come across a hazard of any kind, the first question you need to ask yourself is, how can this hazard cause harm? The answer to that question should start to give you an idea of what sort of control measures you might need to use to reduce the risks associated with that hazard. Now, it's important to realize that a single hazard may present more than one risk issue. Some of those risks might be obvious and others not so obvious. For example, a hazard such as an electric circular saw has the potential to cut off your fingers, but it also carries the risk of causing damage to your hearing, indirectly causing damage to your eyes, and then there's also the risk of electrical shock if the cord isn't in good shape. With a hazard such as forest fire, there are some obvious safety risks, but there are also some major financial risks as well. Clearly, different risks will need different controls. So when you ask yourself, how can this hazard cause harm? Try to think outside the box, use different perspectives, and think about the dimensions of risk that could be affected. There's a short quiz after this lesson, which will only take a minute or two, so blast your way through the questions before moving on to the next lesson.